Sorry. I've always been a planner, and I like to be busy. Since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to have a big house and a huge family, to own horses, to travel the world, and to be able to support myself. I love making goals and accomplishing them. Crossing goals off my list is therapeutic, and seeing my planner teeming with activities made me feel accomplished. Spring semester sophomore year was no different. I was treasurer of a volunteer organization, working 3 different jobs, going to Ecuador in the fall, going to Washington, D.C. for a research conference, weekly for Boston volunteer, and I was on the BC equestrian team. And if that wasn't crazy enough, I was also training for the Boston Marathon. I had it all. My life was perfect. I was invincible. On February 19th, 2013, I was in a normal horseback riding lesson when the horse I was riding spooked from a loud noise and threw me into a nearby post. I fractured the entire side of my left jaw and my left wrist. I had 2 emergency surgeries that semester, totaling 4 that year. I missed 5 weeks of classes. And I lived in the infirmary for weeks because I couldn't take care of myself and still somehow attend classes. I had to drop all of my responsibilities, my jobs, my passions, my dreams, my social life. There was no room for anything else other than simply surviving. I was physically weak, became extremely anxious, and I was depressed. How could my life be so perfect one instant, and then the next moment just be changed so uncontrollably? Why didn't I just die instead of having to face the most unimaginable pain and seeing the life that I had worked so hard to build crumbled in the blink of an eye? I used to be fearless in everything I endeavored. Now I felt fearful. I used to feel invincible, my body strong, but now I felt fragile. I used to feel beautiful, but now I felt scarred. The scar on my face and my broken smile, ugly reminders of the trauma that I had endured. But something started to blossom inside of me. Hope. They say the most beautiful diamonds are formed under the most immense pressure. Everyone told me to go back home to Florida because I was so injured, but I said no, and I stayed. They told me that I might have lifelong pain and I may lose all of my teeth. But I found faith that the IV antibiotics would work and that I would keep my teeth. And I did. And the IV antibiotics worked too. They told me that I may never be able to smile again or have control over the left side of my face and lips because the nerves had been severed. But slowly, somehow, the nerves began to grow back, and eventually, I could smile again. Slowly, over the aftermath of this trauma, this accident was no longer something terrible that had ruined the perfect girl, but instead, just an event that somehow breathed life into an imperfect girl. I had survived, and I was alive. It could have been so much worse. I could have died, I could have been brain dead, or I could have been paralyzed for the rest of my life. But my jaw took the entire impact, and I could recover. I don't think of it as a random occurrence anymore. Perhaps it happened to teach me to slow down and to enjoy life. Perhaps it happened to help me let go of my fear of failure and my pressure to be perfect. Perhaps it was meant to happen, to teach me how to truly live. I used to be afraid to talk about this experience. I didn't want people to pity me or to think of me or look at me differently. But now I know that it's my gift and it's something to share, that out of the 7 billion people on this planet, I am the only person to have gone through this and to bear remembrance to it on my face. The world and living has physically left a mark on me, but how will I leave my mark on this world? I challenge all of you to ask yourselves, what is your gift? How do you hope to beautifully scar this world? Mine is to use my experience for others, as a nurse, but also as a person, that we all face challenges and struggles, no matter how perfect things may seem on the outside. But we can get through it with faith in ourselves and also in the journey that we're on. Sometimes we're afraid to be vulnerable, but we have to lose control in order to see what we're truly capable of. It is not the planned that enriches us, but it's the unplanned that teaches us what life is truly about. I may not have achieved all those goals that semester like I had set out for myself, but I did achieve many of them in one way or another. I went to Nicaragua this past spring for community health nursing. I was president of my volunteer organization, Project Sunshine, for the past 2 years, and I presented research in Las Vegas and Indiana. And the best part, I'm graduating on time with my class in May. Just because I didn't complete my goals on the timeline that I put for myself doesn't make them any less meaningful. And in fact, it makes them more special because of everything I did to get there. They say when you fall off the horse, you get back up again. Well, I fell off the horse, literally, and I haven't gotten back on yet. Does that mean I'm a failure? In the past, I probably would have said yes. But now, I say no. I'll get back on when I'm ready and the time is right. And finally, I just want to thank you all for listening, but especially to the people who helped me through this event for the months and years afterwards, because I would never have been able to stand in front of you guys and share this story if it wasn't for your love and support. So thank you.